Hey, this is Danny. I'm going to show you how to install CallRail on a WordPress site so that you can use phone call tracking. So after you've opened your account at CallRail, you'll click on Tracking, and then over here you'll click on Create Company. So this is we're going to start from scratch. Then we choose time zone, and then primary company phone number. That is the actual phone number that the business uses. That's what we want to insert here. All right, add users. You can add other team members if you'd like, but for this demo, we're just going to go ahead and skip that. So what we need to do is create tracking numbers, right? So we'll click on that. And this is going to take us to the screen where we click create. So you want to pick, are you going to use this phone number online or offline? So we're going to use online, of course. We're putting this on the website. If you were doing something like billboards, postcards, or something like that, you would use an offline number. So like I said, we're going to choose online. And then where is this going to be displayed? On my website or somewhere else? So if you're running Google Ads, you could go down this route. But once again, we're going to on my website. You can use a website pool to track details from the campaigns and web sessions, or you can use one number to track all calls to a single campaign. So we're going to go ahead and choose the first option. And this is, we'll call it just website because this is for the website. And we need to pick how many phone numbers do we need. They have an interesting way to figure that out. So what they recommend is you go look in Google Analytics at your hourly traffic, and then you're going to take a quarter of that, and that would be the number. So if the hourly traffic was 100 people, then you would want 25 tracking numbers because that's a quarter of that. So it says you need a minimum of 4 numbers, so I'm doing 4 just because this is, like I said, a demo. And then it says forward calls to, like what phone number do you want these phone calls to be sent to? Once again, that's going to be the real business phone number. All right, so we'll go to tracking options. Which visitors do you want to track? Definitely recommend all visitors. This is going to track if they came from an ad, if they came from, I don't know, Yelp, if they came from Google, Bing, Yahoo. This is all going to show up in Google Analytics once you set up the integration. So definitely choose all visitors. All right, fill website pool with. Okay, so we can pick, do we want an 800 number? Another $2 more per month. Or do we just want a specific area code? So let's say we're going to do a specific area code. Numbers are available. So now that we picked that, we click on number features. There's a couple of options you can do here in regards to how the calls are orchestrated. So you can check this box to say a short message will play before the call. So you don't hear this, the caller does not hear the message, but you would if you were the business. It's going to give you like a heads up about where they're calling from. That way you can tailor your phone call to that. You can also do call recording if you want. You must check to make sure that you're not breaking any laws. And then you can click activate tracking numbers. So the next step here is we're going to install the JavaScript snippet. This is what we're going to need to get. It's a tracking code that we need to put on the website. So if you down here, it's mentioning you can use one of their plugins, which you can totally do, but I'm going to show you how to not have to use as many plugins with your site. So basically we're going to take this code and we're going to put it on every page that has the phone number before the closing body tag. So this site, I did some other videos showing how to install Google Analytics on it, but I wiped out all that information so we could start from scratch again. So some themes will allow you to edit the head and body sections of a site in the theme settings. So that's the first place you'd want to check. It could be under Appearance Customize typically. This theme does not have that, so I'm forced to use other options. So what I do is go to plugins next. That's the easiest way. So the plugin I recommend is a header footer plugin, and I'll explain that in just a minute here. You can search for header footer, and the one I like is header footer post injections. So I'm going to install that. Like I said, I like header footer code manager in other videos. So I'll go ahead and activate this, and we can see that that's installed. So now we need to hover over settings, and you'll see header and footer is now showing up as a setting here. So we'll click that. And this is from a previous video, but this is where I had put the Google Analytics tracking code. So that's what's nice about this plugin, is you can use it for a bunch of different tracking codes in one location and not have to install a bunch of different plugins. So let's go back to the instructions here. It says insert this code snippet immediately before the body tag on every page. So in here, we see that this is going to insert it on the head of every page, after the opening body tag, and before the closing body tag. So this is what the instructions say, is to put it here. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go ahead and paste this here. And then we're going to click save. Alright, now we can immediately see the script is working. I don't know if you saw, but there was an 800 number here, and now it has been swapped out with this 707 number. We picked to use 707 numbers in the settings. So this is awesome. We just copied and pasted it right there, and it's already swapping out automatically for us. So, you definitely want to use a fallback number in case the call tracking's not working, to use this number, and then we'll just save that. Alright, so now the site has 4 tracking numbers, which we can click on them to see what they are. And these will be shuffled. Every time somebody visits the website, a different number will show up depending on where they came from. So if they came from, let's say, Google organic search, a certain number is going to show up here, and they all get swapped out. And the nice thing about it is you can track the sources of where they came from. So you can see that that's it. So very simple to set up a tracking number on a website.